Hello and welcome to this special internet edition of The Match. First of all, from all of us here at Real Madrid Television, congratulations to Cristiano Ronaldo, the winner of the Ballon d'Or 2013. Here with me, as ever, to talk about the best player in the world and to talk about Wednesday's clash against Osasuna is Sid Lowe. Sid, thanks for coming in once again. Quite simply, the best man won. Another brilliant year for Ronaldo. It's curious in a way, isn't it? Because I think one of the most striking things about him is that while this has been a brilliant year, it seems to me that it's been pretty much equally brilliant the last 4 or 5. The consistency of performance, the relentlessness. I think this is a reward as much as anything else for attitude and for application as well as for talent. I think Ronaldo's success is down to a real dedication. I think it's down to a commitment, and I think we saw in his reaction as well that this really mattered to him, that it was something that he genuinely had chased. It was something that genuinely did have a huge significance for him, and that I think he felt that, whether he's right or wrong, of course, is another debate, but I think he felt that at last this was justice, that at last people were recognising what he'd done, and that they were admiring his achievements. It's been another really, really good year. I mean, he could have won it last year, he could have won it the 2 or 3 years before that. It's finally been his turn. Well, let's hear now from the man himself, a very emotional Cristiano Ronaldo.
It was a fantastic night, emotional night. I feel proud, to win my second golden ball. To win this trophy, it's a special moment. By what we're doing by the season, long season, dedication, work myself a lot, and to win this trophy, it's a great feeling, and I feel very proud for that.
You took your little son with you tonight. Did you?
No, when I see him, it was his first time here, and to see his daddy to win the golden ball, I think he never gonna forget. And when I see him start to run for my arms, it was an emotional moment for me, and of course, it's a special night, and I'm never going to forget this moment.
Clearly very moved Cristiano Ronaldo there, and clearly a very, very important award. I think that was the best part about the ceremony for me, was because we have entered into a routine where at times the Ballon d'Or can become tiresome. At times some of the debates can be very circular, and they can be very argumentative, and it can become a bit unpleasant even at times. And I think it literally, just by going up there and getting the award and reacting the way that he did, I think Ronaldo made it feel right. And he made it feel right not because he behaved in the way that he should, or not because he behaved in the way that people want him to, but because he just did what he did. And you could see that on a human level, on an emotional level, this really, really mattered. And I think that was the most important thing. Not that he acted how anyone wanted him to, but that he acted how came from within, if you like. And I thought that was great, because it has felt a little bit at times that this has kind of taken over it a bit, and it was really, really nice to see basically what it meant. To some extent, I think we got a glimpse of the effort behind it, the sacrifice behind it, the determination to win it, and as he pointed out as well, of course, the first time his son's seen his dad win the Ballon d'Or. I imagine his son doesn't fully appreciate what this means, but there'll be plenty of time to explain it to him. He will do. Yeah. Now, we saw earlier training, a nice image, which we'll see in just a bit, of Cristiano Ronaldo posing with the Ballon d'Or and all of his teammates, who he made sure he thanked when he accepted his award yesterday. One of the I suppose the contradictions, isn't it, an individual award in a collective sport. And I mean personally, I for what it's worth, I don't share the opinion of some people who say that there shouldn't be individual awards in football because it's a collective sport. I think there's nothing wrong at all with celebrating extraordinary players who elevate the level of their team, extraordinary players who achieve brilliant things, but always within the context of a team that's around them. And I think this image is if you like, the attempt to express that idea, to say that without his teammates, Ronaldo wouldn't have been quite so successful. Equally, without him, of course, they wouldn't have been quite so successful. His performance has been extraordinary, and I think it's important that it's an award that he shares with his teammates, and that he recognises their role in him achieving what he's achieved. Now, interesting to see plenty of chances from Ronaldo on Sunday against Espanyol. A 1-0 result there, an important 3 points, possibly pre-gala nerves. Yeah, I must confess there was a little bit of that. I felt that as well, that I think by Sunday night we'd all pretty much assumed that it was very likely that Cristiano Ronaldo was going to win the Ballon d'Or, and Sunday was, if you like, his chance to mark that with a really brilliant performance against Espanyol.
And actually, curiously, it was, in terms of finishing at least, one of his weakest performances of late. He missed 3 or 4 pretty good chances. It wasn't quite dropping for him. Madrid got the victory, which was, of course, the most important thing, because Atletico Madrid and Barcelona had drawn on Saturday night, and so therefore it was an opportunity for Madrid to climb to 3 points away from them and really open up, I think, the second half of the season. But for Ronaldo, on a personal level, yeah, he had 2 or 3 really good chances that he would normally take, and he didn't.
Well, 3 points are 3 points. A win is a win, and no rest for Real Madrid. Now it's to Wednesday's clash, the Copa del Rey against Osasuna. Carlo Ancelotti spoke to the press after Real Madrid's final training session earlier on.
The team is focused and motivated. Everybody knows how difficult it is to play in Pamplona against Osasuna. We've had some difficulties there before.
A jugar un partido muy intenso donde el equipo contrario intentará de hacer
We're going to play a very intense match where our opponent will try and do everything possible to win the game. We have to stay focused and play our own game and not think about the fact that we have the advantage. We have to try and win and to try and score as early as possible.
Is 2-0 going to be enough?
Yeah, I think it is, and precisely because, as Ancelotti says, a goal for Real Madrid, particularly if it comes early, I think ends the game there and then. Of course, it's plausible-ish that Osasuna could score 4, but it's really not very likely at all. If Madrid score 1, 3-0 up on aggregate with the away goal that Osasuna, of course, can't get, and then they're in an extremely strong position. Equally, you know, that early goal would put the game pretty much to bed right there. But equally, if Osasuna were to get the first goal, maybe even the second goal, and it feels like there's a tie on, Madrid still have that cushion of knowing that as soon as they score, they're very close to ending it. I think Madrid's position is very strong. They would have probably liked another goal in the first leg, 3-0, to completely kill the tie off. But I think they're very, very well positioned.
If you were in Javi Gracia's shoes, you'd sat back and defended at the Bernabeu, how would you approach this second leg?
I must admit, I'm not sure. I think that he will be thinking to himself that Osasuna have a chance if they attack Real Madrid and if they score first. But he'll be very, very conscious of the potential damage of that away goal. So I think we'll see an Osasuna side that attacks Madrid but does it relatively cautiously. I don't think we're going to see a side that says, right, we're 2-0 down, we need 3 goals, let's go for them. I think we'll see a side that says, right, we've got to go for them, but be careful because as soon as they score, we're out. So I think we'll see a relatively cautious Osasuna side. I think we'll see an Osasuna side that will play conditioned by the first goal, and if they get the first goal, then we might see them go for it a bit, but if they don't get the first goal, then I think we'll see the game probably peter out.
Well, we know that Marcelo and Modric haven't been called up. Let's take a look now at your starting 11. We know that Coentrao is going to play.
I think we'll see a relatively strong side, but I think what Modric will, rather what Ancelotti will probably want will be for Madrid to get the first goal, for the game to be over, and for him to then be able to make changes to protect players that need protected, well, need protecting, but he would probably like to protect, I would imagine, Xabi Alonso. I would imagine he would probably quite like to take Ronaldo out if he can to protect him to some extent, and maybe Gareth Bale as well, not least because in the case of Bale, of course, you've got 2 other players who you can give good minutes to, Di Maria and Jesse, although Jesse could come in for Isco as happened the other day with Di Maria in that slightly deeper position. That is what I expect the team to be, given that, as you've already pointed out, Modric isn't in the squad, Marcelo's not in the squad, and it's very interesting to see Coentrao at left back. We've not seen much of him this year, and he may well have a role to play this year, but I think it will be a role coming from the bench and being a squad player rather than a starter.
Thank you very much. Once again, Sid, that's all we have time for. Don't forget, Wednesday's clash kicks off at 9:30 p.m. local time. Until next time, adios.